Hello, 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 lovely YouTube peoples. I'm actually going to be early for this because the last couple times I missed it completely. Full moon, right? Okay, so the April full moon, so I have Googled, is a pink full moon. Pink full moon. For people like me, it's like I'm interested in astrology. I like astrology. I can fuck with astrology. But all this extra stuff, pink moon, blue moon, my white ass pasty pirate moon, over over my head. But I do know it's a full moon in Scorpio, April 26th. And I do know a little something about one of my little favorites, Scorpio. Scorpio being Mars ruled just like my Aries. So I'm like, the fur. But scorpionic energy, I think most of us watching this video is aware that is a very deep diving transformational energy. And from what I have gathered from the Googles, this could be a full moon of restrictive changes. Okay. I hear you. Guess what? We got the Golden Girl deck hanging out again today. And I figure, let's just look into that, shall we? Let's just go and check and see what these collective energies for this pink full moon could possibly be bringing us. Simple as that. Can I keep this intro short? Can I? Okay, hold on. Let me also get closer to my work. All right. Okay, first of all, I can't sit Indian style with high heels on. And by high heels, I mean wedge heels, so ain't nothing serious. Okay. Vagina rocks, y'all. Placed, connection to God restored. Ooh, I'm so spiritual. I feel it. Oh. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, babe. Oh, that was a bad time. It's totally inappropriate. Everybody forget that. Okay. The situation. Work it out. Work it out. The situation for this full moon in Scorpio that's coming up for us. Let us know. What's going to be kind of like the collective. Let me move this laptop back. It's interfering with my workstation. I don't feel free. I gotta feel free. Okay. What is this bringing us that didn't flip? I'm not looking at it. What is it bringing us collectively? What's kind of the situation coming up? Shut the fuck up. I'm going to end the recording. Y'all didn't see this video at all. It's a bust. It's a bye. Sorry about it. Starting out with the Three of Swords. Didn't I just get done saying that my Toodle search came up with restrictive changes for this? And the entire situation, look at Dorothy. Look at her. That is somebody who is not enthused. Oh, she ain't even fixing to be here for your shit. Look at that. I got a migraine and you 2 inches too small for my time. Don't repeat that. No one cares. Okay. But Three of Swords coming out, this is heavy. It's not in the reverse. This is heavy energy, just frankly. It doesn't mean that you got to be all depressed and that the full moon is going to make you cry into the ethers. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but it does mean that, okay, full moons, we already know that full moons get kind of that bad rep for that's when everybody goes snapped. That's when everybody goes crazy town. Yeah, I think we might have ourselves a little blip on the spectrum. And if you do, just know that it's valid at this time. And you aren't the only one. You're not a lonely planet going through it by yourself. Everybody else is having a little moment where they might be feeling a little unhinged. Let's hang in there with it. But why? Tell me, what's some contextual information about this Three of Swords? Why, Spirit, do you say that this full moon might be bringing us a Three of Swords moment? Because yet again, like so many, what's the word? Collective. So many collective readings I've done. It seems like this conflict energy, this Five of Wands energy, just don't want to leave us alone. It doesn't want to, okay? It seems to be crossing a lot of our business. We've got this Five of Wands energy. This is people not seeing the same page, not being eye to eye, seeing each other on the same page. There's just conflict. It's just like, damn, are we speaking another language though? Do we have the same dictionary we're operating in? Because how is it that you're always getting it twisted here? What is it that you don't understand that I'm saying out my mouth? You know, and it can be so frustrating. But let's just see what else. What else about this Five of Wands? Give me, what is the Five of Wands about? The Five of Wands is about what? Okay, I know. Flip it. We're going, Missy, flip it in reverse. Let's do it. No! None of this is acceptable. Okay, I had like probably 10 cards come out at one time. We're not doing that. We're not getting crazy town. One card, please, for the Five of Wands. What is this conflict predominantly about? Is there a clue, or is it just too many types of conflict to synthesize? Because I'll take it as that if those didn't flip over. I'll move on to another one if you're not going to give it to me, Spirit. I will. Trust. Nope, there it is. That one came out pretty. See? Just because I asked. Wheel of Fortune. So they kept it intentionally vague for us because the Wheel of Fortune can obviously touch on a lot of things. If I'm asking what is a conflict about and you give me the motherfucking Major Arcana Wheel of Fortune, hello. The way that I interpret this is, first of all, this is a Capricorn. It came. And it came. A Capricorn energy right here. This, thankfully, in the upright, to me, makes it feel like whatever this conflict energy is, whether it's with a person that you're dealing with, a group of people, an agency, an organization, anything like that, that this conflict energy that is causing you some grief, some heartbreak, some disillusionment, some disempowerment, all of this is just part of the journey. Face punch. Oh, take it. I know y'all wanted to hit me. Go ahead. I hit myself for y'all. It's just part of the journey. Relish the journey. We're just going up in different timelines. You know, fuck y'all spiritual speak. Okay? Because in the moment, I'm just wanting to get sick off Haagen-Dazs, okay? I got no time for timelines and other such shit. I just don't. I'm sorry, I cannot. But the Wheel of Fortune is very much so about kind of cutting the cycle, right? I'm getting right with karma. Anything where, let's say, any places in the past where you might have gone astray off your path, you know? Somebody was able to kind of like distract you or hijack you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we feel like that. Maybe we'll actually admit, yeah, I got distracted and I kind of meandered over here, you know, like herding cats. Or sometimes we will say, no, someone outright hijacked me. I was trying to go about my business and somebody went and took me when I wasn't really consenting to that. This is kind of the universe stepping in and recentering it. Anytime you've been messing with your GPS and you're just trying to see, where am I going? Where's it taking me? And then you're like, how do I get back to the start point? And you can't find like the recenter button that's supposed to magically take you back. And you're just like, I'm so lost right now. This is the recenter button on your GPS being like, bitch, you lost? Is you lost? Because you weren't listening to me when I said turn left. And it's like, yeah, because you told me turn left 30 seconds after I drove past it. But okay, we won't spill that tea there. But that is what I'm seeing. So this can be across the board, you know, whether it's your boo thing, your job, your kids, your whatever. But it's a correction. It's a course correction that I'm seeing here. Went way too long to say that. Dear God. Everybody, mass exodus. Okay. So I'm not asking about challenges. I'm just not, because it's a full moon and we already see it is rife with potential challenge. So what I want to know, like, what kind of opportunities, shall we word it? Now, when I say opportunities, the universe sometimes gets sneaky because they're like, everything's an opportunity. It's part of the journey. You know, all that like shit. But still, what are some opportunities here that this full moon might be bringing us, right? What are some opportunities coming with this full moon? That's what I would like to know. What are those full moon energies bringing in? Sorry. Because Dorothy looks like me. Bitch, I'm done. If you thought I wasn't checked out of your bullshit, look at me now. I'm hashtag deceased. Okay? Like, that's how fucking up to here. I put myself to sleep. Okay? I poured it. some 151, some Everclear, I put myself to sleep. I ain't even got time. Like, yeah, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. So what is the universe bringing in? If you want to make this beautiful, it's rest. But if you're going to be real about what this card can mean, it can also mean like a soldier that's coming back from battle and taking a rest, a much needed rest, before going back into another battle. So I don't say that in terms to make anybody scared or like to sound like all mopey dopey. But I am just being realistic here. Like, I feel like the full moon might be a chance where it's like, okay, we're already feeling kind of like knocked down, drag out perhaps, or tired or drained, you know, just normal, just kind of like life got to me. I felt like life got to me. This course correction has been a big thing. It hasn't been a little deal. It's been big, and I'm just having a moment, okay? It's wine 30. It's wine 30, better know. And I know that tomorrow my problems are still going to be there. I get it, but right now it's wine 30. You know, that's kind of what it feels like. But at least the universe would be giving us an opportunity just to kind of be like, I'm going to be on my lanai. That's where I'm going to be. So what else? Ooh, there it went. The Ten of Pentacles, but it came out in the reverse. I haven't seen the Ten of Pentacles yet in this deck because I've seen much of these cards, but not all of them yet have come out for me in my readings. So this is the first time seeing this one. But the Ten of come on, hide my face and then it'll do, right? So the Ten of Pentacles, but in the reverse. One more, because I don't want to get like, that's not, when I said one more, that's not what I meant, bitch. Okay. And then the Strength card of Leo, okay? So when you're seeing this in a spread, it does feel like, okay, I'm having to take a rest because the Ten of Pentacles signifies kind of like the trouble in paradise type feel, or feeling like things, there's stress. There's conflicting energies. What I mean by that, there's this tension or this push-pull between, it could be like happy home or happy wife, me being able to do all the domestic things or me being able to do all the office duties, you know, so home life type of a thing, me versus them type of a thing, some kind of a push-pull between one area and another area. That's what I'm feeling. So whether this is something where it's just conflict energies in the home between, you know, parents and the kids are fighting, one parent and the other parent might be having some dissension or conflict, you know, internal family conflict between you and your extended family, or again, like I'm saying, that work family balance, you know, like I'm trying to keep everything afloat here, but, you know, I'm needed over there as well, and you can't just, like, duplicate me here, you know. I'm just feeling like that. There's tensions where it feels like you're being spread a little bit too thin. And I think that's part of feeling deflated, because it's almost like, well, you know, for me to make a change, for me to make a course correction, doesn't that mean that somewhere I'm going to crash and burn? You know, it's kind of, that's the feeling that you have, at least. You know, that's kind of that worst case scenario where you're like, I can't drop the ball anywhere. Like, you know, wouldn't that mean the whole house of cards would fall? And, you know, valid question. And actually, I don't know the answer to that question. I am looking at this with strength is in the upright, which is a great omen for us in this full moon energy time. So it's showing like, yeah, we are getting an opportunity to kind of like woo-saw about it. This course correction is coming in. This is a positive omen as well in the upright, very positive. And it's like, listen, you don't have to even spin your wheels that hard to course correct and make it happen, because fate itself, the divine itself, is already got its forces in there, and it's pushing this along. It's kind of making it happen with you, even if there's a moment where you're just like, can't, I'm gonna take a breather. You know, it's like, all right, well, we're still pushing it. I mean, it's kind I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm going to say it. It's kind of like caffeine in the mornings. You know, it's like I didn't have to think about stimulating my bowels. It like kind of took over. You know, I'm pointing over here because it's my Thai tea. Loaded with that caffeine. And it was like, you know, I didn't have to find the blowout. The blowout found me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, go ahead and take a moment. Take a moment, go hit up your gas station and get those bugles because you know you want to put them on your fingers and act a fool and just, my bugles. Yeah, I get it. Just be strong during this because the wheels are already in motion. It's already happening, okay? But I do think that if you are dealing with any of these kind of stressing between these two competing worlds, a lot of the time, and this is not even tarot related, a lot of the time when I have noticed, at least personally, when I feel like there's two competing things that require my attention, it's almost like the universe is putting you in an impossible scenario to choose which one do you prefer. Where is your heart really? You know what I mean? And it's nice for all of us to be like, I want it to be everywhere. Can't I have it all? It's like, technically, yeah, you can have it all. But part of this expansion process, it feels like in life, is really just honing where your priorities at. You know what I mean? Really, where are your priorities? And that's not just something the universe wants to know. That's something that we want to know for our damn selves because that's part of how you become a better decision maker in the now so that your future actually looks like shit you want. Because so many times we just say, yeah, okay, sure, I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. We spread ourselves thin because we're just too like, sure, okay, and agreeable and stuff. Or we just are only like half-assed thinking about it. And then what do? We manifest a future where it's like only half of the future even looks like it's our creation. You know, the rest, it doesn't even look like us. Like, how did I even get here? Who the fuck are all y'all? I don't even like y'all. You know what I mean? And you're just kind of like, you know, but that has a lot to do with our passivity in that now moment where we actually had decision-making power. You know what I mean? I know this is getting a little esoteric and a little abstract and maybe people don't care, but that's kind of the way that I feel about it. It's like, it'll put you to be like, which one do you pick? Do you pick your kids or do you pick your hobbies? And you're sitting here like, you know, some people are like, duh, my kids, you know, and some people, of course, yeah, that works for them. But some people want to be like, I feel like I should pick my kids because I don't want to be labeled as the bad person who actually feels more alive with my hobbies than I do with my kids. I'm not passing judgment either way. Those decisions and shit like that, that's up to you. That's your personal shit. But it feels like it puts you in almost the rock in the hard place just so you can kind of see what actually fills me up, what actually makes me come alive. And so where actually are my priorities with this? And sometimes, you know, that you hear the cliche all the time. It's like, sometimes the only thing that gets people to fucking act right is a funeral. I'm not saying any of y'all croaking or any of y'all gonna know anybody that's croaking. I'm not saying that. But when you have these heavy energies, there's something about those heavy Three of Swords energies that levels the playing field, right? It's like for a brief moment, you forget that you were beefing with somebody, or you let go of the fact that they stole your skirt back in the day. They put a hole in it. They never replaced it. You know, like whatever kind of petty shit. You took a dump in my toilet and you never flushed it. And you know what? I was totally embarrassed. Whatever. That's enough bathroom humor for today. It's not going to be enough. I'm probably going to end up saying some more. Who cares? But the bottom line with all of that is, all of these kinds of like grudge energies, those are stuck energies. And that's what this is all about. Flush it out, clear it out. And we're gonna get through it just fine. We are. Okay, so let me go ahead and get out of the pulpit. My dirty bathroom pulpit. Who cares? Okay, so we got this coming in for us. I want to see, I'm actually kind of curious about specifically the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see here. Give me a little context on this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Why is this specifically here? Whoa, there it went. The Five of Cups in reverse. I mean, that's honestly an improvement on the Three of Swords here. The fives are always a difficult energy because that's an energy of change, period. It's changing, it's moving, it's going. Sorry, that's just the way it's going to be. But the Five of Cups in the reverse, it does seem like there's something that honestly you were just disappointed with, period. Y'all hear them chimes? Clang, clang! We're disappointed too. Why in the world did they cancel my series? They canceled my show. Why in the fuck is every time I find my Holy Grail makeup, they discontinue it? The fuck up with that? It's something. I don't care. I think it's worth crying over. Hey, I'm taking time. But yeah, it does seem like there's kind of like an issue that you're really coming from. I will say, if I'm trying to be positive here, looking at these cards, it's like the ugly shit's already gone down. So the full moon here is really just kind of bringing up, how are you going to clean it up? How are you going to fix it? How are you going to put it together? You've already been disappointed, perhaps even betrayed, thrown under the bus. You know what I mean? You've already had to deal with like the challenging stuff. And so now it's just kind of like figuring out, how do I get from point A to point B? Because messiness has already arrived. Messiness is already here. A little bit more on that. A little bit more on that, please. What else? What else? What else? Okay. Justice. That's what I just got done saying. Messiness has already arrived, card of Libra. And now here it is, the karmic balancing. A rebalance of it. Also, if any of this messiness has been legal in nature, just pointing out the obvious, that the Justice is a card of legalities, then I would say that legal stuff in this time is something that would be going in your favor. So if you were dealing with anybody who's been trying it in a legal manner, any kind of court situations or any such things, nasty attorney letters flying back and forth, who knows, right? Like, or any kind of legal commitment. So if you were involved in any kind of paperwork where it's like you signed, contracts, things of that. Karma, it's writing itself. It's course correcting it. Things are going to be kind of set right. We're finding a balance point. But the thing is, to find balance, you have to. Here's another trite little trope for you. If you want to find balance, if you want it to be what you want, you have to go through the destabilization process. But you do. You do. I mean, the Tower card has not come out yet, but it's like if you're going to rebuild something that's worth living in or actually like up to code, then you're going to have to demo the old shit. You have to take out the trash. And so it's like you're going to have this destabilization where it's like we're having the hard feelings, but we're coming out of that. Justice is coming in to rewrite it. We've got fate coming in to set things straight. It's pushing it through even if we aren't feeling like we even have the get up and go to push it through. But it looks like we are going to be strong through this. I think you're going to even impress yourself by how you kind of show up better than you expected. It's like, maybe in the past it would have wiped you out for like weeks and you would have been like freaking out over something like this for weeks, and it would have, been a conflict energy that just lasted and lasted and lasted. And now it seems like it almost feels like we've been thrown so many curveballs in such a short period of time that we really are at that fuck it fuse. You know what I mean? Where it's just kind of like, and what? And can I care why at this point? Like, I'm already like, I'm burnt out from the bullshit. I'm just flat out over it. I don't even have any more tears to cry over this. I don't even have any more sleepless nights to offer you because, frankly, I'm just tired, and just being tired is going to help me sleep fine. Sorry. For petty bitches that thought they might want to get under my skin, I'm sleeping fine, screw it. So it does just kind of feel like you're at that point where it's like you're almost used to the shit hitting the fan in a way where it's just kind of like, I feel like it's just flowing now. Or it will be. If y'all aren't there yet, I think you're going to be like that. It's going to just resolve quicker than you even expect, which I'd say, hey, positive. What's kind of like a most likely outcome? Most likely outcome energies for the near future. Most likely outcome from this full moon, these full moon energies. Most likely outcome energies. Man. Oh, shiza. It almost flipped. Huh. Well, that was a whole wad, but the Star reverse came out. We'll keep it. Tell me more about the Star reverse. The Page of Swords upright. Tell me a little bit more about this, and then we'll launch right into it. The Devil, but it's in the reverse, and I like it that way. Yeah. Okay. Now, the Star reverse, card of Aquarius. The Devil reverse, card of Capricorn. We have 2 Capricornian energies showing up here, so the Capricorn all about kind of like restrictions and being meticulous and getting everything in order. Right smack dab in the middle of it, you got the Page of Swords. This is an air sign energy. Could be an air sign person, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this can either literally be, if I'm being very literal about this, it's like there might have been some kind of a hope, wish, dream, or something that you wanted to see happen or push forward that just didn't come through. It fell through, and that's what's got you feeling kind of like disenfranchised because you got somebody that's kind of like immature and showing up, like even maybe having kind of like that stalker mentality where they're like watching everything you do and just waiting for you to fucking try to slip up so they can take it and spin it and blast you back with it, and you're just like over it. You're like, listen, like my last reading, it's like, you're an ain't shit bitch, and like I know you, I know about your type, you know, like whatever, over it, moving on, thank you, next, you know. So if in a very literal sense, that could be it, and that ain't shit bitch could very well be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Just saying, especially you got 2 cards here that could be Aquarius, and we've got 2 Capricornian energies too, so that's just putting it out there that that's there. But if we're saying something that's perhaps a bit more positive oriented instead of like frustration oriented, but hey, that's the realness, okay? That's just the realness. Then I would say that you could be coming into a situation where it's like, again, a card of healing, of pausing, taking a moment to pause, taking a moment kind of to like just sit with it and heal. Because that 3 of Swords here at the beginning and the 2 5s that popped up, this is a lot of change that has happened in a very short window, okay? A lot has gone on. You rode one hell of a roller coaster, right? And you wanted to get off that bitch long before right now. But it was like, sorry, we're going to do a couple more little these. And you're just like, I'm about to fucking launch it. You know, like every child in 5th grade, you know, and you're just like, God, that's why we got y'all all in face masks. But it does feel like that it's kind of like you've been stuck on this roller coaster ride a little too long, and it's like finally the ride comes to a stop. Everybody is sitting there with the little seat things are like rising up to let you out. Your hair's all like, you know, like this, and everybody's like, I don't even care. I'm just going to start kissing pavement right now. I'm just going to kiss pavement. And it's like, you know what? Fine. Because you're strong, man. You went on the whirly bird, you went on the hurler, and you came off with your shirt tail clean. No vomitus. Like, go you, okay? Because there's been challenges and restrictions, because in this, the one thing I'm feeling really big in here, I know it's too many at one time. With these 5s, it's like that big drastic change. A lot of that is ups and downs you don't want to do, but I think there is something in here that's very important to you. You know what I mean? There's at least one very big change that you are trying to make. You know what I mean? You've been wanting to make it happen. It just seems like this really cool change that you want has strings attached to a bunch of other shit that you don't. That's what our devil is all about. It's like you can have that cheesecake and a complimentary fat ass. And you're like, God damn it. Why can't I just have that cheesecake, right? So, like, that's what it feels like. You know, it's like I've got the dream, I've got the desire, and I'm trying and I'm doing, but I'm realizing that to move one chess piece forward, it opens Pandora's box to 2, 3, 4, 5 other moves that are now going to engage. And you're like, oh man. Yes, it's more simple to stay put, but it's also more soul crushing. And so we are being pushed forward regardless of what kind of turmoil or ups and downs that is going to also open up for us. You're gonna go forward. You really can't dig your heels in and stop this momentum. It's happening, and you're strong enough to deal with it. And the hardest part, I would argue, is already behind you, because you're already aware of these strings or these other moving pieces that are coming forward. But I think the full moon is just really bringing it to your attention where all these other strings are, how exactly they're going to impact or perhaps be a barrier to that acquisition of the Holy Grail. Because it's like, we have the Holy Grail, we want it, you know what I mean? You know what it is, but you don't quite have it in your grasps. And it's like, there's that part of you that just really wants to go out there and get it. It's like, you know, I've thought about all this long enough, and I'm just wanting to grab it. But all of these ties, all these toxic ties, those strings attached to the goal, they're having to get cord cut. I mean, they just are. That's the messiness. That's the messiness. I know this is a bit of a circuitous read. Sometimes when there's lots of different messages that could be had here, it can get a little confusing, and I understand that as a viewer might be annoying. I'd say private readings are where a little bit more direct about ask a question here and there and not trying to read for everybody. Squirmit, please don't start up with me. We've already almost made it. 30-something minutes. Squirmit, go ahead and make yourself known. Squirmit. Rosie Blum, Rosie Blum, Rosie Blum, Rosie. See, I'm trying to be a good steward of my YouTube channel. And also a good pet parent to you. Conflicting energies. So, that's my 10 of Pentacles reverse moment. But yeah, that's simply, I'm not trying to beleaguer the point. I think y'all get it. That feels like what this full moon is really trying to say to us. It's making it extremely clear where those barriers are, where those problem areas. Wash your clothes too. God damn. Problem areas are, and it's really trying to say, hone which place you care the most about. Which area is the dream actually? Because you need to really bring your focus in, and once everyone is clear, then it's like you know exactly which things are going to get clipped and which places are a go to chase. So, last thing, what does the universe have for us in terms of guidance? What does the universe have for us in terms of universal guidance? Universal guidance for this full moon energy in April. A pink moon, no doubt. And it's supposed to be great. And pink, to me, is not my favorite color. It feels like Pepto-Bismol and inflammation. Okay, six of Swords, y'all. Another good sign, honestly. Another good indication. This is where we started in a 3 of Swords energy. Like, that's pain and hurt and strife. And by the end of this, by the end of the full moon energies, you are moving from the choppy waters of that 3 of Swords to the calmer waters. You're getting out of there. The shift is happening. The shift is occurring, and you are strong enough to make it happen. You are being afforded enough of a break to really let any of the hard stuff sink in and pass. You've got a lot of cosmic help coming in here that's really doing a lot of the hard work for you at this time. So even if what you're going through can be difficult, it's pushing it, man. Like, it's doing it for you. And you're breaking the ties, man. You are. And if you're dealing with anybody that's trying to, like, sabotage your shit or do any kind of stalker stuff, not saying this is a positive card. It doesn't have to be a negative card. But if you're dealing with the negative side of that energy, that stuff's going to be fading out too. They can't keep it up but for so long. They sure can't. The next dramatic thing's going to come up in their life and they're going to be on that. Yeah. The Hermit. It's another card of basically kind of like going inward and taking your time. It's the same. Not the same, but it's very similar energy as this, you know? It's just a confirmation. It's just a confirmation that if you're taking that time to kind of like let all this stuff sink and process and hone what it is that you prefer the most so that you can actually go and cut the cords that you need to get you to that, because that is your most authentic manifestation that you're heading towards. Like, the hard shit's going to just be falling off left and right. It is. It's righting itself. We're getting cosmic justice here, and you're strong enough to handle it. These are all very good omens. So if you are going through a hardship, like, this is something that's definitely the tide's turning for you. So I would say, like, do not lose hope. Keep up some positivity with that, because I see it moving into a much higher place than where we're starting at the beginning of this. So I'm going to call that a wrap, because it's been 36 minutes and holy shit. Oh man, but that one was a little bit heavier than I expected. So perhaps we'll throw in some things that have a little bit more humor in it, and, you know, a little less hardship. I don't know. We'll see. We got them Miss Minnie throwing out those shit pies, right? It's still coming out. That's just the way it is. But that's our full moon, man. And just another actual serious word. The pink full moon, I was thinking about pink, you know, Pepto-Bismol and inflammation, but a positive thing about pink is kind of like a soft, heart-centered energy. So it's kind of like that you know, you think of rose quartz, where it's like, if I need gentleness, you know what I mean? It's like my soul just needs something soft and gentle, right? That feels kind of like, I think some of the hardship we're going through, like literal hardship, you might be feeling kind of a softening or a relaxing of that after this full moon. So it might take you a little bit like, but the hard stuff's already passed and we're moving into kind of like, fuck it, I resign myself to it. I'm on the other end of this and I'm doing what needs to be done. And it looks like everybody is. So, like, hey, proud of y'all. So anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all the most. And until next time, y'all. Until next time. Bye for now.